Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today's video is my 2020 favorites and it's going to be by category because I wanted to just go step by step in my skincare and my makeup routine and think of that one product that really had my back this year, that I used over and over again and got great results with every time, that I thought was my favorite in that category. And so those are the products that I'll be sharing with you guys today. If you guys are excited for the video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you're new here. My name is Patty and I would love it if you went ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me in this video and I cannot wait to share all of this goodness with you. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. If you guys regularly watch my videos, you already know that I did a top 20 of 2020 makeup releases video. In that video, I shared with you guys what I thought were the best releases of the year. This one's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to go step by step in all the different categories and I'm going to be sharing with you guys that one product that has helped me the most through the year, that I consider to be my favorite of 2020. And so of course it doesn't matter when that product launched. What matters is that that was my favorite product in that category for 2020. So these are just kind of like the best of the best products, things that I reach for on a daily basis and that I am obsessed with and in love with and I feel like everybody needs. I have a full face of these products on right now and I'm really feeling how they all look together. Let's go ahead and get into it. I have one hair care product to share, a few skincare products, and then we'll get into all of the makeup goodness. I hadn't even thought about a hair care product to include in this video, like that wasn't in my mind, but I was doing my hair to film this video and then it occurred to me that I have to include my favorite dry shampoo in this video. The one that I'm currently using and that has had my back throughout this whole year, because I'm pretty sure I emptied another one of these at the beginning of the year, is the Detox Dry Shampoo from Drybar. You guys, 2 hours ago, my hair was the greasiest mess you've ever seen and I did not feel like washing my hair before filming this because then I hate to dry my hair, so it was like a whole thing. And I just put this dry shampoo all over my roots and then I curled my hair a little bit with a flat iron and this is the result. I really like the way it looks, especially in comparison to what it looked like 2 hours ago. So it gives me texture. My hair doesn't usually hold a curl, so I figured it would be a good time to curl it because the texture that this dry shampoo gives me makes my curls kind of stay in place for longer. But besides that, as you can see, it looks really nice and matte up here, not overly greasy or shiny, which was the way that it was. If you're a brunette like me, your hair will look white. You just have to like brush it a little bit and then it'll go away. So this is my favorite dry shampoo of 2020 and the one hair care product that I have in this video. Let's go ahead and move on to some body care. And for body care, I only have one thing that I've used all seasons this year. Every time I run out of it, I run and grab another one because I am obsessed with it. And that is this big boy right here. This is the Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream. This one is the rich one, which is for very dry, sensitive skin. And I just love scooping some of this up and rubbing it all over my body when I get out of the shower. I can truly feel the difference. It truly moisturizes. My skin is a very thick cream, so if you're not into that, then don't go for it. But I love it because I am super dry. So the other thing I love about this one is that, I mean, it's made for sensitive skin and it doesn't have any scent in it. I love that because I like to wear perfume and I don't want my body cream and my perfume to smell like two different things. So I love that this has no smell because then I could just spray whatever perfume I want and I smell like the perfume I want to smell and not like some random body moisturizer, you know? So Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream had my back in 2020 and it is my favorite body moisturizer this year. For a makeup melter or remover, the one and only the Green Clean by Pharmacy is my number one. I feel like in every favorites, every skincare video, every time I get a chance to, I talk to you guys about this one, so I'm not going to go into it. Just know that this is the best makeup melter ever and I stand by that. It definitely had my back in 2020 and I love it. I think everybody needs it. And something that made its way onto this list that I got very recently is actually also from pharmacy, and I feel like I wanted this video to be about things that I used a lot throughout the year and loved. And this product I'm about to mention I got maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. However, I like it a lot more than anything else in the category that I used throughout the year. And so here it is. This is the Pharmacy Whipped Greens. This is an oil-free foaming cleanser. It has moringa and papaya. Pharmacy sent me this a few weeks ago and I started using it and I immediately fell in love with it. I had been using my Youth to the People kale spinach cleanser, which I love, and if I had never received that, that's what you'd be hearing me talk about in this video. But this just lathers so good. I feel like I'm getting a deeper clean with this one, and my skin feels so much softer after I use it. And of course it pairs amazingly with my Pharmacy green clean. So that is that. For daytime moisturizer, I have no words. I have tried to go back to using other things throughout the year in a few occasions, and every time I just miss my magic cream and I want to get back to it. And the reason is that this just feels so incredibly nourishing and hydrating and moisturizing on my skin. It primes my skin for the makeup application and I just love the glow that it gives me. So magic cream is definitely my favorite daytime moisturizer of the year. I absolutely love it, and once I do my 2020 empties video, you guys will see how much magic cream I used. Anyways, moving on to a nighttime moisturizer. For a lot of the year I use Magic Night Cream, and I would say now for 3 months I've been using this one right here. So I'm going to put this one as my 2020 nighttime favorite moisturizer, because realistically, even though I absolutely love Magic Night Cream, I don't see myself purchasing it over and over again just because it's a little pricey, and I feel like this one does a good enough job as well. So this is the Naturally Serious Natural Peptide Sleeping Cream. It is very hydrating, very nourishing, very plumping, and I have absolutely loved it since I got it. It's a much more affordable option too than Magic Night Cream. It does not have the retinol that Magic Night Cream has in it, but I mean, we can't have it all, right? Good for the price and good for my sensitive skin. So this is my 2020 favorite night cream. Last but not least, in my skincare category, we have a serum, and that is this fancy serum right here from Peter Thomas Roth. I got this complimentary quite a few months back, and I have been so obsessed with it. I am obsessed with peptides at the moment, so anything that says it has peptides in it, I'm like, I need it for my face. I don't want to age. Put it on me, right? So this one is called 73% complex of 21 peptides and neuropeptides plus 2 gamma proteins. It helps to improve the look of fine lines, wrinkles, and elasticity. I don't know, like I didn't take before and after pictures, and my skincare at the moment is preventative, so I'm not going to really see a wrinkle going away because I don't have many of those, thankfully, knock on wood. So I'm not going to see my lines look diminished because I thankfully didn't have any lines to begin with. However, I like that I'm using this to prevent any from happening, and I like the way this makes my skin feel and look. I do feel the plumpness of it, and so I have really been enjoying putting it on at nighttime with my Naturally Serious moisturizer. Alright, so that is all of my favorite skincare of 2020. If I didn't mention a specific category, it's because I don't feel strongly enough about the product that I'm using in that category. Like, I used a bunch of different essences throughout the year, and I kind of love them all. So I don't really have an outstanding favorite, if that makes sense. So I'm not mentioning it in this video, but I do use an essence as part of my skincare and an eye cream, but again, not really overwhelmed with any of my eye creams at the moment. So I'm still kind of trying to find a favorite in some of these categories, and so I didn't want to force any products onto this video. So now let's go ahead and start with the makeup, and I think I'm going to go through everything in the order that I apply it. So the first thing I do is my eyebrows, and my eyebrow routine starts with the Patrick Ta brow wax. I get this one in clear. This is something else I've been mentioning this year every chance I get, and it's because it truly changed the way I do my eyebrows and just the way I love them, honestly, because before this year my eyebrows were like a big insecurity for me, and now that I have this brow wax and I can lift them and they look fluffy in this way, I absolutely love them. I feel like in past years, eyebrow comments would get to me, like if people told me my eyebrows were too strong or too overdrawn or too this or too that, it would affect me in a way because I had to make my eyebrows so dark to overcompensate how dark they are in the front on the back side. I had to like do them very dark out here because my eyebrow hairs are so black and I have so many of them that I kind of would agree, like I didn't think my eyebrows looked the best, but that was the best I could do at the time. And after this product came out and I can make my eyebrows fluffy, whenever I see people telling me that my eyebrows are too strong or they don't like them or whatever, I couldn't give less of a shit. Because I absolutely love the way that they look right now, and I do like bold eyebrows. My grandma tells me all the time, they're too bold, but I love them. If I stop loving them in the future, then I'll change the way I do them in the future, but at the moment, I love my bold, fluffy brows, and I love that I can finally have them look fluffy, which was something that before having this brow wax, I could never do. So thank you so much, Patrick Ta. I will continue to buy this product. Besides my brow wax, once my brows are nice and lifted, I still use pencils and pens to fill them in. And so the pencil that I have been using this year the most, I think will surprise you, and in a good way, because it's very affordable, and I'm usually over here talking about like pricey things for the most part. I can't help it. I swear I try, but I just like the expensive stuff, okay? We have exceptions though. This product is one of those products, and it is the Morphe brow pen. So if I'm not mistaken, these retail for $6. I have mine in the color Java, and this works just as well, in my opinion, as the Benefit eyebrow pencil and as the Anastasia eyebrow pencil, like the skinny ones. So obviously I'd rather have the $6 one than spending $25 on them. If you guys haven't had the Morphe eyebrow pencils yet, please go ahead and get yourself one, because you're about to save yourself a lot of money for next year. Again, these skinny pencils perform just as well as Anastasia and Benefit, and they are a fraction of the price. Even the packaging is really good, like it's very comparable to the Anastasia packaging. So I swear by this Morphe eyebrow pencil, and I think I probably use either 4 or 5 of these this year. I remember going to the Morphe store here in Atlanta at the beginning of the year and buying like 6 of them. I bought a lot because I'm like, I like these, they're perfect, and I'll have them for a very long time. I'm about to run out of my last one, so I need to go restock. Then the other product that I absolutely love using on my eyebrows is the Anastasia brow pen, and this one is very helpful because when I lift my eyebrows with the wax, I like to do very thin hair-like strokes in the places where I have gaps, and that is where this one comes into play. I have never had a brow pen like this one. It's absolutely my favorite one out of all of the ones I tried, and this year was my year of investigating eyebrow pens. I think I tried either 3 or 4 different ones, and this one was outstandingly and by far the winner. So the Anastasia eyebrow pen, I absolutely love. I have mine in the color Ebony. Of course, all of these products are going to be linked down in the description box of this video, so if you guys want to support my channel, please make sure to shop my links. It helps me out tremendously, and I am forever grateful. Let's move on to the next product, and that is the concealer that I use to clean around my eyebrows with. I know, we are 4 products deep in eyebrow products. I swear to you that this is the last one. I just have a little bit of an excessive brow routine, but again, to me, it's worth it because I am now confident in the way my eyebrows look. And so that is this one right over here. This is the second Tint Idol Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer that I use. Like, I fully finished one of these, and if you guys have ever had these, you know that you get a quarter of a grain of rice size amount from here, and you have enough for both of your under eyes. So that's pretty much the amount that I use every time I use this one, and so I will have this for a lot longer. I think I've used it since the beginning of the year and it still looks pretty full. I like this concealer to clean underneath my eyebrows with because it's a pretty thick concealer that is hydrating at the same time. So the creaminess of it helps me to like carve out my eyebrows and modify that in the way that I have to get like the shape that I want. And I don't have to rush that process because since it's so hydrating, it can be there for a minute or two and I'll still have time to blend it out afterwards. Okay, we're finally done with eyebrows, I swear. And let's go into makeup primer. So the Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas, is definitely by far the winner in that category. I absolutely love this one. It does everything I need a primer to do. It covers my pores, it makes my makeup last, it smooths my skin, and it doesn't dry me out or make me oily. It just kind of balances my skin out so nicely. So I absolutely love this one. This is one of the products I mentioned in the top 20 makeup releases of 2020 video because this is absolutely worth it. It is pricier than I wish it was, but worth every penny at the same time. For foundation, my favorite foundation of 2020 was the foundation that makes me feel flawless, the foundation that I know that I can count on for so many different occasions. Is of course the foundation I'm wearing, and that is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. It gives me the perfect amount of coverage. I do build it up a little bit because she is like a sheer to medium type of coverage. So on my cheeks I do a second layer of it because I don't want my redness to show through, but it is perfection because it makes my skin look like skin. It doesn't make it look like a ton of makeup on skin. It just makes my skin look perfected. It is a very thin foundation. Because I have dry skin, it lasts for a good amount of time on me. I think one of the few complaints about this foundation is its longevity, and I think that because my skin is so dry, I don't have a problem with that. So definitely watch out if you have oily or combination skin. This might not be the one for you, but it is the one for me. I absolutely love it. This foundation had my back throughout all of 2020, and it is my 2020 favorite foundation of the year. For concealer, I was so torn between two different ones. I absolutely love the Touche Eclat Full Cover Concealer, but I think it might have lost the throne. I think it might have been replaced by something else. I cannot stop reaching for the Pat McGrath concealer. This one came out at the beginning of the year and I absolutely love it. I love how little of it you need. I was used to really packing on the concealer underneath my eyes, and so when I first tried this one I wasn't in love with it because I was using way too much of it, but now that I know exactly the amount that I like, I absolutely love it because it covers everything. It has paired really nicely with any foundation I've put it over. It's easy to use, easy to blend, and so long lasting. It has a great finish and such nice coverage. So this concealer by Pat McGrath is my 2020 favorite. Another amazing release of the year. I bought it when it first came out, I think maybe around the springtime, and I have loved it ever since. If I really think about it, I like the Pat McGrath one just as much as my Full Cover by YSL, but the Pat McGrath one has a much better color selection, so that I think is what like tips it over and makes it my favorite concealer of 2020. I wanted to include a cream contour or bronzer category because a lot of times I will go with a cream first and a powder bronzer afterwards, and so I was debating between my contour wand by Charlotte Tilbury and the Fenty bronzer, and I honestly absolutely love to use my Fenty bronzer as my contour. I have my Fenty bronzer in Butter Biscuit and it is a pretty cool tone shade, so I've used this a bunch of times as my contour underneath my powder bronzer, and I absolutely love it for that reason. I think because I can get it from here with a brush and put it where I want it on my face, it makes it a little bit easier and more user-friendly for me to like apply and blend it out, so that's why I chose this one over the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand as my favorite cream contour of 2020. Now when it comes to powder bronzer, nobody is taking the throne that the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer rightfully has. I am obsessed with this bronzer. It doesn't matter what brush you use it with. It doesn't matter where you put it. This is going to look great regardless. As you can see, even though this was a summer launch for this year, I've already hit pan on mine because I love it that much. I use it every single day and I love to bronze, so I use a lot of it. This is a face and body bronzer, so there is a lot of product that comes in here, which I'm grateful for because I'll still have this one for a very long time. And I have it in the color 2, which is absolute perfection for me. I really hope that she comes out with more colors of these in the future because I think that they're needed and I think that they are going to be an absolute hit. I think we need in-between shades for the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer and even more people can love it. My favorite blush of the year was a hard one to choose because I was so set on Pillow Talk blush by Charlotte Tilbury for such a long time this year, but that's not my favorite. I found something that I like just a little bit better. I think just because it's a little bit pinkier. It's very easy to blend. I love the formula. I love the glow. I wish I had it in a nice packaging, but I don't because I never thought Chanel blushes were as amazing as they are. Nobody ever told me, and if they did, I was not listening, okay? Chanel blushes are the bomb. I tried them this year thanks to my friend Annie at work, who works at the Chanel counter, and she gave me a tester. She gave me a tester of Rose Bronze. I think if I remember correctly, I did choose the color I wanted myself, and I am obsessed with this blush, you guys. It is the blush that I'm wearing in this video, and I think it's perfect because I don't like a very in-your-face blush, but I do still like my cheeks to have a little color in them, and I think this blush is absolute perfection for me. Again, Pillow Talk is a very, very close second, but I am obsessed with the Chanel blush and number 2, Rose Bronze. Why did nobody tell me that Chanel blushes were so freaking amazing? In the future, I will purchase myself one, but for now, I'm going to continue to enjoy my tester of it. Then for highlighter, I have a very clear winner, and that is the I Need a Nude Glow highlighter from Natasha Denona. I don't know what I was doing with my cheeks before this one came out. I think I had pretty much stopped wearing highlighter altogether. Like, my cheeks did not look this shiny before this one came out because I was kind of like over the ones I had. I felt like my cheeks were looking textury from them and I was not obsessed with the look that I was getting. But I feel like with this one, it just melts into my cheek and it gives me the best shine without highlighting the texture on my cheeks. So I'm absolutely obsessed with this one. No other highlighter that came out this year came close, to be honest, because I don't like the texture of the rest of them. This is the highlighter for me. And the only one that can come kind of close to it is the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia, but I love this. I totally skipped under eye powder, but if you guys watch my videos with any type of regularity, you know that I love the Pat McGrath under eye setting powder. It's not just me. I feel like a lot of my YouTube friends are absolutely just as obsessed with this one as I am. And look at what mine looks like. Somebody needs a new one. That somebody is me. Thankfully, when Sephora had the $25 off of 75, I grabbed a new one. So it's waiting right over here to be opened, but I'm going to make sure that I fully finish this one before I get a new one because I would love to use every last drop of this powder. It is my absolute favorite setting powder I've ever tried. Certainly my favorite setting powder of 2020. I use it underneath my eyes to set my concealer, and oh my god, my whole complexion routine is Pat McGrath foundation, concealer, and setting powder. Not the primer though. Interesting. I don't even reach for these products together all the time. Like, I definitely always reach for the powder on top of any concealer, especially the Pat McGrath concealer. But I don't necessarily always wear the Pat McGrath foundation and concealer together. However, I have them together on today, and they are a match made in heaven. Anyways, back to the powder. It sets my concealer really nicely, helps my under eyes not to crease, and it smooths out my cheeks and forehead and like just kind of like T-zone where I put it. It makes all of my pores kind of like look blurred, and it's such a thin formula. I love powders that are very thin because I don't like the look of thick makeup. I think that's the reason I'm obsessed with the Pat McGrath foundation, and I mean, this powder just really helps as well. I thought I would include my favorite tools of 2020, and I know you see it coming. Beauty blender, of course. I still love this sponge above all others, and I think will continue to do so. You guys know all the benefits of beauty blender. It's definitely my must-have, non-negotiable tool for blending out my concealer under the eyes and like smoothing out my bronzer and all of that. I love this little sponge. It is absolutely incredible. As far as brushes are concerned, I have a special category, a special mention, and that is a foundation brush. I finally got my hands on the IT Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush this year, and when it comes back next year, you'll need to have it, because every influencer that's ever told you that this foundation is the absolute bomb, the freaking best, the greatest thing they've ever had to put on makeup is not lying. I was personally so tired of hearing Christy and Kathleen Lights talk about this damn brush, and I'm like, it can't possibly be better than a beauty blender. I was wrong. I was so wrong. I don't know what the magic is, but this foundation brush is the best foundation brush I've ever used, and I am obsessed with it. I've used it all the way from like with my Pat McGrath foundation, which is a very thin foundation, to with my Huda Beauty foundation, which is a thick cream foundation, and it works in every single instance. I know it is a limited edition brush, but I will be on the lookout for it next fall, and I will let you all know so that you all can get your hands on this, because you need it. Besides that, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you guys know this year I fell in love, and I'm currently very obsessed. I'm in like an obsessive relationship with Refer brushes. I absolutely love them. Get the core collection, and besides the core collection, you need brushes 13, 14, 15, 18, and 19. You will not regret it. Just trust me on that. Those are all the brushes that you will need from Refer, and they are absolutely incredible. I love when you guys message me that you got your brushes and that you're loving using them, because I'm like, I know, I told you so. They're just mind-blowingly amazing. I didn't know that I was missing out so badly, and now I want to make sure that you guys are not missing out like I was. Let's do lips, and then we'll do eyes last. So for lips, I have 3 categories. I have lip liner, lipstick, and gloss. For lip liner, Pat McGrath again. These are the Pat McGrath Permagel Ultra Lip Pencils. It is a very close tie with Charlotte Tilbury lip liners, but I went ahead and went with these, maybe because I've had the Charlotte ones for longer and like I knew they were amazing. Anyways, I only have 2 lip liners from Pat McGrath, but I am obsessed with the formula. The one that you see me applying in this video is the one called Structure. It is like a light brown nude shade, and I really love that one, but I didn't like it with this eye look as much, so the one I'm wearing right now is Done Undone, which is a more nudie pinky shade, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. For lipstick category, the one that I'm going to tell you guys about is like barely a lipstick. It's like a super shiny, hydrating lipstick, but it is my winner for 2020. I absolutely love it. And that is the Divinyl lipstick by Pat McGrath in the color Nude Venus specifically. I don't know about the other colors. I don't have them all, but again, I feel like I sound like a broken record whenever I talk about products that I continue to talk about over and over, but I'm obsessed with this one. So Nude Venus from Pat McGrath is my favorite 2020 lipstick. And as far as glosses are concerned, I really like the Harry Potter and Ulta gloss collection. And the one I have on today is the 9 3/4 gloss. I also love the Hedwig gloss. I don't know if these are still being sold. They're nothing overly special. I just love that they're not sticky. They were pretty affordable. And I mean, they have the Harry Potter theme, so... And me being the Harry Potter obsessed person that I am, I just have to make them my favorite glosses of 2020. Moving on to eye products. The first category is eyeshadow primer, and my favorite one for 2020 is the Anastasia eyeshadow primer. The trick with this one is to use very, very little of it, and it'll take you a much longer way than when you use a lot of it. I feel like it just kind of makes your eyelids a little bit too like thick looking. So very little of this one takes you a very long way. It makes your eyeshadow look absolutely incredible, and I really love it. I decided to do an eyeliner category as well, and my favorite liners of 2020 are the Fenty liners. I just absolutely love the Cute Tang eyeliner, which is this light pink. It's what I'm wearing in my waterline today, and the Perpetrator eyeliner from Fenty. I just had so much fun playing with these two colors and including them in my eye looks. I felt like in a lot of occasions they took my eye look to the next level. I will continue to buy colorful eyeliners next year to incorporate them into my makeup looks, because I feel like just that little detail of like having a pop of color in your waterline makes such a difference, and it makes your eye look so finished and so beautiful. So definitely love the Fenty eyeliners, and I'm going to say that these are my favorite eyeliners of 2020. For mascara, we have another Mother Pat product. She just killed it this year. This is the Dark Star Mascara by Pat McGrath. It makes my lashes the longest, the thickest, and it separates them really nice where they don't look overly clumpy, which I hate. So just the best mascara I've ever tried to date. Every time I want my lashes to look bomb and not have a need to put falsies on, that's the mascara that I reach for, because I know that I can count on it to make my lashes look bomb every single time. For falsies, the falsies that I've been reaching for the most this year are the Glamnetic falsies. I feel like they're pretty easy to apply, and I can reuse them so many times because I don't have to like pull the glue off of them, so that makes them very long lasting. I feel like the thing with magnetic lashes though is you have to be really careful with the eyeliners. Their felt tip eyeliner works really nice at giving you a smooth line, but I don't feel like it has the strongest magnet. And then their liquid eyeliner has a much stronger magnet. I absolutely love how magnetic this one is, but it is very tricky to put on because the formula is kind of thick. Knowing that, I'm just personally very careful when putting it on, but I still prefer to do that than to go back to doing glue on lashes. I also feel like it takes care of my lashes more, because sometimes glue gets in your lashes and you pull a few of them out, and I would like to preserve my lashes as much as I can. So I really rather deal with the eyeliner than with the glue at this point. And again, you can use Glamnetic lashes a bunch of times, and they have a lot of really nice styles. So that is what I'm wearing today. Again, I'm going to link it down below, and they're my favorite lashes of 2020 because they're the ones that I love the most and wore the most, and honestly they just work for me. I really like them. If you guys go to my Instagram, you can look at my close-up eye pictures, and in a lot of them I'm wearing Glamnetic eyelashes, and you can see that you really cannot tell a difference if they are magnetic or if they're glued on, because they go on really nicely. Just for fun, I wanted to include a favorite single eyeshadow of 2020, and the winner is the Walk of No Shame eyeshadow pot from Charlotte Tilbury. I just really love this one because it has the best glimmer. It has a beautiful romantic color. It's soft, it's pretty, and I think it is so easy to put on, and you don't even need a primer for this one. This stuff stays on like crazy. I'm also pretty obsessed with this packaging, and so my favorite single eyeshadow of 2020 is the Walk of No Shame single eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury. So now the last product to mention is eyeshadow palettes, my favorite eyeshadow palettes of 2020. I have two products in front of me, and that is because I wanted to give you guys an affordable option and also a luxury option. And so for my affordable option, my favorite affordable eyeshadow formula is hands down ColourPop. And my favorite palette that I've used from ColourPop in 2020 is the At Forest Sight palette from Christy. I know that this one is pretty new, but I cannot put it down, and I'm comparing it to the other ColourPop palettes that I have in my collection, and I like this one better by a lot. So this right here is my affordable favorite palette of 2020, and I absolutely love it. Christy did a killer job at choosing these eyeshadows, and ColourPop did a killer job with their formula. This palette just works, and it works for all ages, all skin tones. It is absolutely incredible. I've now done 2 looks with it. I'm thinking maybe I should do a 5 looks 1 palette with it. I don't know. But I absolutely love that Christie palette. Now for my favorite luxury eyeshadow palette, if you guys have following my 2020 journey, you know that this year I discovered Pat McGrath Mothership palettes and I fell in love with them hard. So Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes are my luxury favorite palette of the year. I have the Divine Rose 2 palette right here because this is the one I'm wearing. But I'm still not sure if this is like my number 1 pick. I keep talking about this, but I'm going to do a rankings video for Pat McGrath soon, and I'm still trying to decide which one's my number 1 favorite. This one is up there though. So Pat McGrath eyeshadows, particularly the big $125 Mothership palettes, are definitely my favorite luxury eyeshadow palette of 2020. I feel like I've talked so much, I'm about to like lose my voice. Anyways, that brings us to the end of this video. I truly hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I wasn't sure if I wanted to film a 2020 favorites because I had already done my top 20 makeup releases in 2020 video. Then I did a video talking about products from previous years that I fell in love with this year, etc. And so I didn't want to sound too repetitive, but I thought that it was a good idea to do it by category. And this way you guys could know what my ride or die product for each step of my makeup routine is and my skincare routine. So let me know in the comment section if you guys like the idea or if this was overkill. I hope it wasn't overkill. I don't feel like it was, but if it was, you let me know down there. I truly hope that you guys liked this video. I definitely loved sharing my favorite products with you, and I love how my makeup came out using all of my favorite products of 2020 today. Anyways, don't forget to please give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here before you leave. And thank you all so much for all of the support that you guys have given me throughout the year. I love you all, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!